everybody. So this week is Kisra from Sudan. So this is kind of like a crepe, but it's a fermented dough. So this is a new one for me. And when I was looking for recipes, I found two different ones that I wanted to try. So I'm gonna try both of them and compare. And I actually found a deficit in my flour supply. I've never gotten this flour before. So this is sorghum flour, and it's a gluten-free flour, but we are actually going to be adding regular all-purpose flour into it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, I guess, a gluten-free recipe, but we're going to give this a try. So this one is the sorghum flour with water, and then this is going to sit out overnight. This one's the shorter of the two recipes. So I'm going to, I did that one already, and I'm going to do this one here, which actually uses yogurt. So those cultures are going to sit for 3 days in the fridge, and it's going to, I guess, feed on the mixture and get a really nice flavor, I think. So I'm using Greek yogurt for it, but going to do 1 cup of wheat flour. So this one doesn't use the sorghum, this is wheat. Measure this. This is 1, 2, and 3. And the recipe says 2 to 3 cups of water. So I'm going to start with the 2, and then if we need to add more in later, we can. But this is 2 cups. And it doesn't have to be warm water for this because it is going right into the fridge, so it doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. Salt. And then 1/4 cup of yogurt, and I'm using the Greek yogurt. That's it, just mix it up. And this one is actually now the complete dough. It'll go in the fridge for the 3 days, but after that you don't add anything else to it. This one, we're going to be adding things after it finishes its overnight. So I'm just going to mix this together. It's going to be very thin, but it's supposed to be because it's kind of like crepes. So this, mix it all up. You know what? I'm going to have to whisk on this one. So much easier. Always get the right tool for the job. All right. And my friends, that is that. So this one I'll be cooking tomorrow, and then this one will be in 3 days. So this one's going to be a little bit of a spread out bake, but I really do want to try the difference and see the flavor, the texture, the cooking and everything. And also this is just whole wheat flour, so I know it's going to have more of an earthy taste from the get-go. So anyway, I'm excited to see what the differences are. So I'll see you tomorrow then. All right, so it's been 24 hours now that it was resting. It said at least 12 hours. It had kind of separated, and there was a lot of liquid up on the top of it, so I just whisked it, and it smells nice. It's a little fermented, which is what you want. This is a fermented type of bread. So for this, we're going to add in more flour. This is all-purpose flour now, and water, and it's just going to be like a really thin batter. Probably should have gotten a bigger bowl, but it's all right. So this. And if you've ever made crepes or anything like that, it's the same thing. We're going to have the hot pan, just put a little bit of batter and spread it out. A couple ways you can do it is just tilt the pan pretty quickly to make it really thin and even. Most people for this type, I have seen them doing a credit card, they say, but something that you're able to just kind of quickly spread it around the pan. So I'm gonna try both ways and see what works better. So this is again, the first type of batter. The other one is still sitting in the fridge and has another day and a half to sit in there with the yogurt and ferment. All right, so it's pretty nice. It's pretty thin, and we'll give it a go. Yeah, it's nice. And so I did heat the pan already, but I turned it off just when I started recording in case it took a little longer than expected. I'm going to do some lightly oil. And give it a go. So first I'm going to start by just turning the pan and seeing what happens. So this is a 1/4 cup. I might not use the whole thing, but I'm going to leave it in here so that I have it in case I need to add a little bit more. All right, so this is definitely thicker than I expected, and I'm going to try and salvage it with this. Let's see. Interesting. So this one will just be for tasting purposes. I don't think it's going to work very well for actually wrapping things into, but I'm going to let this cook for a second and then I'll flip it over. And it's definitely thicker than it should be. So I did 3/4 cup of water, and I think I'm going to do the full cup that it had said in the recipe. But I get a little worried sometimes with adding too much water. So here's my other 1/4 cup. And that'll make it a lot easier to spread around the pan also. So it's supposed to be a very thin batter. Let's try and get all of that flour off the bottom. Okay. So now, yeah, that's liquidy, and I think that's gonna probably be more what we're looking for. It looks pretty though. I'm going to take this one off, let it cool off while I get the next one going, and then I'll taste it. There you go. Make sure stay oiled. This is not a non-stick, but it is well seasoned. It's cast iron, but you want to make sure that it stays nice and oiled. All right, let's try it again. Yeah, it's a lot better. Okay. And still use this a little bit, see if I can, ooh, there we go. It's gonna take technique, but I'll learn. All right, and that's nice and thin. And I'll let it cook, and we'll flip that one over. But until then, let's see how this guy did. So like I said, we couldn't fill it, but it's all right. Smells nice. That's really good. It has a subtle flavor. This is great for savory things. It's really subtle. I think the other one's probably going to have more of a pungent flavor to it and smell because the yogurt is fermenting in it. This didn't have any dairy, but it's really nice. It's soft, even though this is a lot thicker than it should have been. Let's try and flip this guy. No, he's still cooking. Okay. But this is really cool. We're gonna make dinner with this tonight, so I will come back in a couple of days when the other batter is ready, and we'll try that one. Okay, so it's been a couple of days now, and this is the one that was in the fridge for a few days. You can see it's separated a lot. The smell is a lot like Greek yogurt. I don't know if it's fermented that much, but I think with the flour and everything, it probably did a good mix there. So let's see here. It's not just the yogurt. The yogurt can stay in the fridge. That's fine, but it's in with the flour. This is the whole wheat flour. Okay. So this one's very liquidy, but that's what they said it should be. So let's see here. My cast iron pan has been heating. Take a little bit of oil on the bottom, and I'm going to rub it in with the paper towel. And on the last batch, I did get better at cooking them when we were making them for dinner. So it was just getting the heat correct and a couple of other factors and learning. So with this, I've had the pan preheating, and I'm just going to go ahead and put some of this in and see how it goes. First one we always call like the test because the pan has been heating up, so it's probably a little bit too hot. It's kind of always your taste test when you're doing waffles or pancakes. You always have that first one that's kind of meh, but we'll see how this goes. I'm going to do this, pour it in the middle. Yeah, it's a very, very hot pan. So this, again, will just be for tasting purposes, and then we'll try to get the right consistency later. But they were a big hit the other night, even with the kids. So that's pretty cool. They were yummy. And this is just cooking. First side is probably almost done because, again, it was really hot. Just going to get a plate to put it on. All right. Wow. Even cooked, it's really, really soft. I think a lot of that liquid has to evaporate out of here. Let's see, I'm trying to kind of move it, but it's just kind of mush. I might have to add some more flour just to bring it together a little more. Let me grab that. I'm just going to do a little bit of all-purpose because I know it'll bring it together, at least absorb some of that moisture. So this is a half a cup. So I probably just did just under a quarter. Let's see what this texture turns into. I'm gonna need a little bit more. So I'm probably at about the half cup now. Mix it in. At least there's a little bit of body to it. It's not just tons of liquid everywhere. A little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit more actually. So we're gonna go, this will make it into about 3/4 of a cup of flour.
No, this wasn't in the recipe, but hey, you know, if you can't cook it, you can't cook it. All right, now this has some consistency to it. All right, I'll show you this one. So it's still very, very runny, but it has a little bit, you can see the whisk at least moving through it, whereas the other one, it was just like water. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, this did not work. Yeah. Okay, that's all right. Like this, a little more oil, and I oiled between each one when I did the other night. The one night rest. Okay, let's try this again. This, I'm gonna do the 1/4 cup again. And as it goes in, move it around like a crepe. Yeah, now it's at least sticking to the bottom of the pan instead of sliding everywhere. All right. Probably a little thicker right now than I would actually want it, but I'm going to get the red spatula that I was using the other time, because this is what I eventually was able to get a really good shape with. Oh, I'll show you. Yeah, it's just trash. Okay. Push that over there. All right, so now we have something cooking here at least. Let's see. Still very soft. But look, I can pick it up and flip it. Hi, sweetie. You want to see it? Okay, hot, okay? Look. Why am I making it? This is the second type of Kisra. Remember we had the other night the Kisra? Yeah, this is the other kind, the other batter for it. When it's done, do you want to taste it? Yeah. Okay, I'll call you over, okay? Okay. Get her a little spot over here. Okay, baby. All right, you want to come on up, Sunshine? Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm gonna do a taste test. So this is actually holding its shape. It's super duper hot. I don't know if you can see the steam in there. Yeah. No, this didn't cook right. So we're gonna just get rid of that one. Yeah. Yes, you don't have to whisper, sweetie. That's okay. Yeah, I know, it's okay. Smell it? You want it? All right, let me know what you think. Cheers. Ooh, I like this flavor a lot better. That yogurt gives it a little something. That's nice. What do you think, baby? No? You like the other one better? The sorghum flour? Well, you're still eating it, so can't be that bad, huh? All right. So you prefer the other one. And this one is just a lot more interesting. It has a lot to it. And I think you could use this for either savory or sweet. Oh, it fell on the floor. Okay, let me pour this one in, okay, sweetie? And then I'll get you a little bit more, okay? Okay, I'll go that side. All right, so I just re-oiled. I'm gonna do it with the spatula this time. Let's put it in. All right. Oh my goodness, good job. You can just put it down, it's okay. All right. So I'm gonna just let this one cook and then we'll be good. Here you go, sweetie. So you do like it though? She seems conflicted. Yeah, the flavor is really nice on this. The 3 days makes a big difference. Not so much in the smell, it just kind of smelled like Greek yogurt still, but the flavor is really cool. All right, so this is with using the red spatula. Good job. And again, I'll get better. And it's again adjusting the heat and stuff. But here we go. So Kisra is really cool. I probably would do this even though it takes 3 days to make the batter. I think it's worth it. Oh, you do like it? Yeah. Okay, she does like it. Thumbs up? Is it a thumbs up? Oh, it's a hug. Thank you.
Because you love hugs.
I do.
That's why.
Thank you for joining me this week to experiment and learn. And I'll see you next week then. All right, have a good one.